there, it's Carrie here at Barefoot Consultants, and you are joining me in beautiful Billings, Montana. It is a luscious summer day here, as you can see from all the greenery behind me, and I am here visiting my family. Many of you know that working online, living in Mexico and working online allows me the ability to spend a lot of time traveling or a lot of time hanging out with my family. So I am here 6 weeks out of the year, generally in the summertime, to see my friends and hang out with my family. And this year I'm spending extra time because I'm seeing the people I didn't get to see during the pandemic. And so we are now kind of moving through the pandemic and getting to a place where I hope within the next year or so we will be stabilizing to a more post-pandemic world. And with that in mind, I know that there are those of you who are moving around. I just got an email from a gentleman who is currently in Bangkok scoping out the scene there, looking for opportunity. And yesterday I received an email from another woman who is planning to move to Ecuador in the next 3 weeks. So I know you're out there, I know you're moving around, I know that there are those of you who are eager to get your feet on the ground and make a real impact in the lives of students. So one of the things I want to remind you of before you make any commitments is the importance of insisting on a work visa. No matter how you go about teaching English abroad, no matter what country you decide to land in and teach in, it is very, very important that you get a legal working visa. Now, for each country, the requirements for that vary by country, and that's something that you can go on. If you know that you're going to Ecuador, for example, you can go and easily find out what you're going to need to do in order to qualify for a work visa. And same with any other country, you can visit a consulate near your area to maybe ask what kind of information you're going to need to provide to make that happen. So do your homework, first of all. You definitely want to do this. So the number one reason why, well, it's the law, right? Think about working in your own country. You don't work, you are legally allowed to work because you're a citizen of that country. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to have any special paperwork. It is different when you go to another country. As a foreigner, you need to be on the books. You have to have a legal permission to be able to work in another country, and you definitely want to be doing that. So it's the law. What that allows you is the legal rights that every other citizen of that country has, and when they're working, right? So these often allow you to have public health care, for example, if that's something that is offered there in that country. It allows you rights if you find that you're working for a disreputable employee, all of those things. So you can now rely on the legal system if there are any issues that come up when you are in the midst of your contract. And I already said it, but you want to be on the books because then you have some status in the country. If you're just out there flying rogue, sort of teaching, doing the coffee shop English, which I do talk about a lot, but I always try and remind you that you can still get a work visa even if you don't have an employer. You can set up your own business. You can find ways to work legally even if you're kind of freelancing, okay? So you definitely want to do that. And of course, the repercussions of not doing that are not light. They are huge. You can be deported immediately from a country and lose all rights to ever return to that country if you are found to be working illegally. So you definitely want to take this seriously and make sure that when you get there, you get yourself to the immigration office nearest you and you tell them what your plans are, how you plan to work, what that looks like, so that you can know in advance what you need to do And you also want to ask, especially if you're going to be working as an employee, you want to ask about whether you can work when your paperwork is in process, because there are countries out there that don't allow you to be legally working until the paperwork has gone through, and that can take months sometimes. So you're not able to earn, of course, unless you're legally working. So you definitely want to get all of the information. A lot of this is available online. You can visit the consulate site for any country that you want to go to. There may be a consulate near you. If you're already on the ground, just go to your local immigration office and ask questions there. So, not to be taken lightly, working under the table. You always want to have a legal working visa because it gives you all of these rights and it protects you in the country where you're working.